Alrighty guys, I am To Live and Die, this is DayWalker. This is the final game number 3 from Tuesday night, March the 7th, 2013. I'm sorry, March the 5th, 2013. Wow. Today is March the 7th. By the way guys, just a reminder, Saturday night we turn our clocks forward for daylight savings time. Upper left of this map we have a pink Terran, and it is Poptart. Bottom right we have a green Zerg, TheGiantNome. Alright, so we're going to see on this 2-player map. So in the finals for this series we've had 3 2-player maps, guys. No 4-player maps, 3 2-player maps. So I see that the popularity here with 2-player maps popularity with the 2-player maps here is pretty large. 3 games in a row, 2-player maps. So here's Ohana. This is the map called Ohana. It is the map that has the unbuildable rocks at the bottom of the ramp, so which means it is a newer version of Ohana. Again, we have an overlord going over to the natural to give vision, and the drone does not come over here to build a hatchery. Instead, it's going to scout. And the Zerg is going to go pool first, gas. Hello, gas first, pool for the Zerg player, guys. So this usually means he's going to get speed right away for his Zerglings. The Terran is going to put a barracks at the top of the ramp with the supply depot, and looks like he's going to go what he did last game, and that's get a command center first, and we'll see what he does after that. Let's see if he goes 1-1-1 after that or not, is the question, or if he does more of a mech play or whatever. We'll see what he does. The SCV does get into the main base of the Zerg and does see that the gas was first, and the pool just finishes, and he can start speed right now, and he does. So metabolic boost, aka Zergling speed, is now started, and he'll have this very, very early in this game. The drone comes back to the base after he scouts the top of the ramp, which just had the barracks and the 2 supply depots, and that's it. An overlord is situated here at the just south of the Terran main base. He can float that overlord up here into this area and get a view of that gas right there. Zerglings are coming out. Oh, I see what happened here. We have a engineering bay block in the natural. It's okay. The Zerg wasn't going, you know, an early expansion. He was going gas first, you know, speed and all that good stuff. He does have a lot of Zerglings out on the map. He does have 8 Zerglings here. Going to skim by the Zanaga Tower, and we're just going to watch these Zerglings go northbound. Let's see if he's building any other buildings in here. He does. He's building a baleen nest, so I have to say that this could be dangerous for the Terran if the Zerg can get any traction into these buildings with Balings and Zerglings. Bunker goes down. So the Terran is preparing for this. You see, he has his wall up. He's going to put another barracks over here, looks like. Or what is that? Is that a barracks? That's a barracks. So he's going to prepare for this, what he thinks is going to be some kind of Baling bust pressure from the Zerg player. And we know that's what's coming because the Baling nest is down. He already has speed. And he got the gas first. So we know that that type of play is coming from the Zerg player. And the Terran knows it, and he's preparing for it right now. 4 barracks here. Command center did go down. Is made. Will float over here to the natural as soon as he knows he's safe. He's not safe right now. If he tries to float that command center over here, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. It just wouldn't matter. He just might as well not float it over there because he knows that there's going to be a lot of Zerglings in his face if he does. Okay, so everything's hunky-dory. We know what's going on. Roachwarren. Oh, wait a second. He switched over to a Roachwarren. Oh, wow. Interesting. Was this not a Baling nest like a minute ago? Okay, so a Roachwarren gets done, not a Baling nest. and he gets his second gas in the main base. In the natural, he's mining. He has a queen here, and yeah, that's about it there. So the Bailey Nest turns into a Roach Warren because, as you know, this SCV did come into the base. So I think we're having mind games being played between the two players, and with the caster, me. So no Bailings we're going to have roaches. So a fake out to everyone who's watching the game. The Zerg cancels the Bailing Nest and puts down a Roach Warren. Alright, the command center does float over. He's going the Terran's gonna make 2 bunkers at the top of the ramp. How's the sound going, guys? If the sound's too loud, just let me know. I am recording this live. People are watching, so that's why I say things like that. The unbuildable rocks are being shut down by these 4 Marines because, you know, there is a budget that the Terran has, so, you know, they can go to the Terran government and say, hey, we use up bullets, we need more bullets, can you please give us money? So that's how you manage your armor or your armory budget. Ammunition budget. It's probably a better way to say that. Lair is started here for the Zerg player. Also, Zerg is getting ground care was level 1 and attacks level 1. Starport goes down. There it is. Shield's almost done. And Galawa Constitution being made. Hydralis Dead goes down. So look at this. The Zerg player was thinking about doing a Baneling bust and decided not to. Goes to roaches and now gets hydras, and look, he's going to have. He has this Terran faked out, I think, a little bit, because does a Terran have vision of that? Did he? Oh, can't see what it is though, but he did have vision of that building inside the Zerg main base, and I don't know if he knows it was a Roach Warren or a Baneling Nest. He's about to have a big surprise here when these roaches come down this ramp. Alright, Terran sends 1 Marine here to scout into the 3rd and sees nothing. Goes back home. Oop, turns around, goes back home, turns around. Doesn't know what he wants to do. But the Zerg is going to have a large army, 76 to 90, 100 now for the Giant Gnome. Groove spines being researched for the Zerg player also, guys. That Terran had the most awful death, didn't he? He died in a pool of acid. There's that AI split. I want to call it the AI split. He also has the Zerglings rallied to one of the roaches in the front of this column. Bunkers, supply depots, SCVs, Marines, and Marauders are here at the top of the ramp, and those roaches just took down. Oh, I have issues here. I do not need chat. Alright, 14 units were killed by Poptart, 10 were killed by the Giant Gnome. So far Poptart is ahead in the kill category. But if you look at the supply, he's not ahead in supply at all. 115 and 87, the Zerg player can just pump out units all day long with this build that he's got going here off 2 base, mind you, 2 base, where he only has 16 workers at his natural. He has 16 workers at his main base, 32 workers, and look at the army he has here. Look at the army count, 45 to 39. Look at the worker count, though. I'm sorry, the army supply is 70 to 59. The worker supply is 39 to 44. So still, even with him pumping out all these units, he's ahead in workers over the Terran player. Hydras, roaches. I don't think I see one Zergling on the map. Are there any Zerglings on the map in this game? I don't think so. Look at the units tab here. Are there any Zerglings? Nope, there are no Zerglings. We have 16 Hydras, 17 Roaches, 2 Queens, and that's it. 33 Marines, 5 Marauders, 2 tanks, 6 medevacs, Uh-oh, this roach. Oh, the roach gets away. Wow. Anyone ever notice that the roach doesn't actually look like a roach? Like, the real roach doesn't look like that, right? Anyways, here we go. The engagement here in the middle of the map. The Terran needs to... Okay, never mind, never mind. Let's get the hit points on. 142 supplied to 117. If you look at these two armies, doesn't it look like the Zerg army is a lot bigger? I mean, I think it's just because the units are bigger than Marauders and Marines. There we go. There's a good little split for the Terran player. He wants to come around the side, a flank, a little bit of a flank going on here. Remember, the Zerg tower is taken by the Zerg, so he can see what the Terran is doing, and he takes a flank around to the north side, and that's going to distract the Terran army enough where the Zerg army is going to blast through this easily. That's just dangerous, isn't it? Isn't that scary when you have hydras and roaches like chasing you? He's got to get up the ramp as quickly as possible. He has a large Zerg army on his tail. Alright, the Zerg is just content to keep that army away and not let anything happen. Did we have a drop that I missed anywhere? Look at the worker kills here. 4 and 1. No drops anywhere just yet. What's going on over here? We have a Marine at this base just checking things out. Take a little bit of a smoke break. Here comes the drop right now. The medevac is going to on the west side of this map, flying southbound. Alright, hydras and roaches all gathered here in front of the third base of the Zerg player. Meanwhile, is there a command center being built here for the Terran player at all? Yes, there is. There's a command center right there. It's probably going to fly over here, but guess what? There's creep being spread at that base. The drop goes down. Hydras and roaches are here to clean it up. Only 3 Marines get into the medevac that are saved. Medevac has 111 hit points, so we got away pretty scot-free there. Any other drops going on along the map? No. But he does have an overseer. It's going to just come over. Everyone's going to come over here to this 4th base and protect it. Roaches are going to put themselves... Oh, okay, so he has half his army here at the 3rd base and half his army here at the 4th base, and just to protect from this medevac that's in the air. I'm guessing the Zerg player doesn't actually know that he only has 3 Marines in that medevac, and it won't be much of a problem to take care of any aggression from it. The command center is going to land at the 3rd base. Eventually, once the creep disappears. Once it does land and mules do come down to mine, we are going to have a 4 base on 3 base situation for these 2 players. Zerg is going to be on 4 bases, the Terran's going to be on 3 bases, and the Terran's feeling pretty frisky here and moving out. One tank, a lot of Marines, and some Marauders is the composition for the Terran player. The medevac is still there, not moving at all. Zerg player now moving out, as you can see. 182 supply to 149 is the count here. The Zerg player up about 30 in supply right now. Let's see what the Zerg player has seen as far as the Terran base. Not much. If you notice the vision here, it's not much. He didn't even scout inside the base at all, you know, since he's been inside the base. So it's not like he's seen like what the Terran is doing exactly in there. A lot of overlords here. He is getting adrenal glands. He's going to get Zerg ground carapace level 3, and he's putting down an Ultralisk Cavern. Meanwhile, the Terran's going to put down a sensor tower. He is getting his upgrades also. 2-2 for his Marines. He's getting +1 vehicle weapons for his tanks, and all that good stuff is going on. Let's watch the armies and where they're going. The Zerg army is moving northbound. 182 supply still, 161 supply now for the Terran. Oh, that Terran did not have a good death either. He was watching the Zelnaga Tower, and he got killed. These roaches are going to poke up here and see what's going on. So a little bit of an army here for the Zerg is just going to poke up in here and see what kind of damage it can do, and see exactly what the composition is of the Terran. This is all this is doing for the Zerg player. He's like, you know what, I can get rid of these roaches, I'm going to be maxed. Let me just get rid of these roaches and see exactly what the Terran has. And so far, the Zerg knows that the Zerg knows that the Terran just has the Marines Marauders, and that's about it. This base goes down. The fourth base goes down for the Terran player. It's going to be transformed into a planetary fortress. This medevac is still here, hasn't moved. Zerg is still worried about it, I think. He's still keeping his units at home, waiting for this drop to come back in. But I don't think he knows that only 3 Marines reside inside this medevac. Alright, this Overlord's going to get killed. Well, it should get killed eventually. The Zerg knows that the Overlord, or I'm sorry, the command center is down at the 4th base, and now this Marine is trying to kill this hatchery that's being made at the what would be the Zerg's 5th base. Ultralisks are now in this army of roaches and hydras. So roach, hydra, ultralisk. Wow. Hello, Zerg army. The supplies plummet for the Zerg army, man. These tanks are doing work. I mean, they're not getting paid enough for all the work they're doing. Look at the supply go down for the Zerg player here. 91 to 150 it was there for a second. That entire Zerg army is obliterated. This base is still under attack by this Marine. This boss Marine over here is going to get sliced to death by the talons, or what do you call these? The mandibles of these ultralisks. The Marine is feeling pretty frisky now. He just destroyed an entire army of Zerg, and he's going to take care of 4 ultralisks. Oh, what a kill for the Terran player to just locate 4 ultralisks all by themselves and take them out. The supply counts are now even, exactly even right now. Oh, just runs those Zerglings into their deaths. Look at these ultralisks. They're here for one purpose, and that's to destroy the race of man. Down go the tanks. Now the medevacs are going to chase the ultralisks back up the map. Look at the ultralisks are a little bit faster than the medevacs, aren't they? Alright, the Terran player has to get ready here. It's now back to advantage for the Zerg player with 136 supply to 119. Can the Terran player hold this off? That's the question. All these Zerglings are in here to be what we call cannon fodder, to get in the way of the fire of the Terran units, so that the ultralisks can do all the damage. The SCVs are trying to get away too. They're trying to move around to this 4th base and mine, and they do. Barracks have to be lifted, command centers have to be lifted. The ultralisks are now on their way into the natural of the Terran base, and man, these ultras are doing so much damage. Let's look at the unit kills here. 209 to 191. The Terran still has the lead in the kills, but look at the worker kills for the Zerg player. 18 workers killed. Up the ramp, the ultralisks go. Let's get a better vantage point. I can't get a better vantage point of these ultralisks underneath the canopy of medevacs. That's so funny how the medevacs are following these Marines around. The Marines are trying to kite these ultralisks back. 75 supply for the Terran. Ultralisks in your main base is not a good thing if you're a Terran player. That tank didn't have long to live. Wow, it tried to get away and just was destroyed by a ultralisk. The Marines are flowing out of these barracks. Those 2 ultralisks die in the main base. More are coming to join the fight. 170 supply to 62. The Terran player is down big time. these ultras just do so much work. There's not much that the Terran player can do. He does have 2 siege tanks here doing some damage to these ultralists. And they go down. That's going to be GG. There's nothing else that the Terran can do here. Once these Zerglings get in here and start taking out buildings, it's going to be all over. GG, well played from our Terran player, and that was game number 3. The Giant Gnome takes the series 2-1 for the final.